Since its inception in 1837, Tiffany & Company has been known for creating precious objects to be cherished for a lifetime and shared with generations to come. Their enduring appeal derives from the fragile beauty of nature, which is at the heart of every Tiffany design.
Over the past 175 years, the natural world, nature, has probably been Tiffany's greatest designer. So I think it seems logical to me that if we are to look to the natural world for design inspiration, we must take some responsibility for preserving the beauty of that world.
Tiffany relies on the Earth's bounty, so an important part of its legacy is a strong commitment to the future and to safeguarding the pristine beauty of the natural environment.
When a customer enters a Tiffany store in search of a wonderful piece of jewelry, certainly one of the considerations has to be, or should be, from where exactly did this come? How was it crafted? So I think the first responsibility that we have to our customers is transparency. I think there are very legitimate questions today that customers are asking about the social cost, about the environmental cost, about the carbon footprint, about the land disturbance, all of the things that we know are part of producing a piece of jewelry.
Long before it was fashionable, Tiffany & Company took the lead in advocating for environmentally sound practices. The company has always recognized the challenge of mining, processing, and crafting precious materials in sustainable ways, and strives to control the origins of these materials.
In addition to the obvious attributes that a piece of Tiffany jewelry has in terms of wonderful design and great craftsmanship and the purity of the metals, is this question of provenance. I think it's very heartening to know that in the creation of this particular piece of jewelry, not only were environmental impacts minimized to the greatest extent possible, but that along the way, through the creation of this piece of jewelry, communities around the world were in fact benefited.
Coral-based ecosystems make a vital contribution to the health of our oceans, and today are seriously compromised by changing environmental factors. Despite its coveted status, coral has not been sold by Tiffany since 2002.
But it became clear to us that there was simply no way, no sustainable way, to responsibly harvest red and pink coral without severely damaging the marine ecosystems that they support. It's a huge issue, and we certainly, having made our own decision, we would love for other jewelers to join us in not selling coral.
Undertaken responsibly, mining can become an engine for economic and social advancement. Tiffany has long been an active advocate for stronger mining regulation in the U.S., beginning with the 1994 opposition to the New World Mine, which threatened Yellowstone National Park. Tiffany currently manufactures 65% of its jewelry at its U.S. manufacturing facilities, and the gold and silver used comes from a single American mine and recycled sources. Tiffany's ultimate goals are that air and water contamination are minimized, that basic human rights are respected, and that new mines are not developed on lands of high ecological or cultural value. With these guiding values, the company has pledged never to source gold from the proposed Pebble Mine at Bristol Bay, a pristine Alaskan wildlife ecosystem that is the world's most productive salmon fishery.
You know, people often ask us, as a company whose livelihood depends on mining, why do you oppose the Pebble Mine in Bristol Bay, Alaska? Our answer is very simple. There are some places in the world that are so magnificent, so special, so deserving of protection, so deserving of being seen by our children and our grandchildren, that mining should never be allowed to threaten them. We believe that Bristol Bay is one such place.
More than a decade ago, Tiffany was helpful in the implementation of the Kimberley Process Certification Scheme. an international cooperative monitoring system that tightly controls the import and export of rough diamonds. This ensures that no conflict diamonds make it to the marketplace. Tiffany also founded Laurelton Diamonds, a wholly owned subsidiary that procures rough diamonds and ensures the integrity of the worldwide supply chain that cuts, polishes, and supplies finished stones.
When a customer holds a Tiffany engagement ring and admires the beauty of the ring in its totality, the other fascinating part of the story, of course, revolves around all the components of that ring. The knowledge that the platinum was mined in a very responsible way in one of the most responsibly managed mines in the world, that the diamonds were mined responsibly, that the cutting and polishing of those diamonds contributed to community development and education and health and welfare in a small community in Africa.
Tiffany also strives to do its part when it comes to its catalog and packaging materials. By seeking out responsible sources, including Forest Stewardship Council certified forests, recycled materials, and recovered cotton fibers, the company renders its iconic blue bags and boxes more than a little green. Ultimately, everything Tiffany does is about promoting and preserving beauty in design, in the natural world, in traditions, and in the hearts and minds of our customers. By supporting the ecosystems, the communities, and the individuals that sustain us, Tiffany & Company makes an essential and enduring contribution to our shared future.
For us, the great opportunity is to continue to lead the jewelry industry toward a more sustainable future. We feel that in the next several years, we will have accomplished an extraordinary amount in terms of assuring the responsible sourcing of our platinum, of our silver, of our gold, our diamonds. But we are a small part of the jewelry industry. And while we may succeed wonderfully in our sustainability efforts, we really need to play a part in the broader solution to assure the environmental integrity, the social integrity of all jewelry products, because we are part of the jewelry industry. And I think we have a responsibility to lead.